Hi, today I'll be going over the concept of for loops. So, I guess just to start off, so for loops, you're basically iterating through something. This can be like a range of numbers, or it can be an array, or basically anything. And you basically have a set iteration range. Um, so in Python, you would write like for I in range 10. So Um, oops. So let's think about what this line of code does right here. So we have this I variable I right here, and so we're going to loop in range 10. So what does this mean? We're basically going to start at 0 because we didn't specify where to start. Um, and so if you have like 0, like 1 through 10, then if you have two elements here, then that means you're going to be iterating starting from the integer 1. So I is going to start at 1, and then it's going to loop through 10. Well, up to 10. So you're going to be looping from 1 to 9. So it's going to be and yeah, you can also put like a third parameter here. If you do like 2, then it's going to increase by 2. If you don't specify, it's going to increase by 1. If you can put like -1, 10, and 1. So this is going to loop from 10 to 1 backwards. Anyway, so if we think about what's going on here, we're going to start at I equals 0. And then we're going to perform some sort of operation in the loop. We can set, let's say, we have counter defined somewhere else, then we can do counter plus equals 1. And so once we get to the end of this, we're going to go back, and then we're going to increment I, and then we're going to loop through again. So now I is going to be 1. So since we didn't specify, it's going to think that the third parameter is 1, which means we're incrementing by 1. And so now I is 1, we increment counter again, and then I becomes 2, and we keep looping until we reach integer 10. So once we do reach 10, then it's going to break. So it's actually going to do the incrementing at the end. So when I equals it's going to increment again. So I is going to equal 10. And then we reach this loop part. And so the important thing here is that every loop is going to check if I is between 0 and 10. And so 10 isn't excluding 10. So 10 isn't part of 0 through 10 because it's 10. So that's going to break the loop and then exit here. And yeah, that's basically the fundamental idea of a for loop. So you set like a certain range, and you have an iterator. You're going to perform whatever's in your loop. You're going to increment, and then you're going to check if the condition is true. Yeah, and that's basically the whole concept of for loops. And thank you for watching.